This is an active dynamic warm-up that'll be great for you pre-practice or pre-game. We start off with some repetitive, rhythmic movements to help increase the core temperature and heart rate. With a jumping jack series, you do regular jumping jack series. Now I'm doing a front straddle hop. That'll be followed up by a crossover, and we finish the jumping jack series with what's called a long strider. You're moving your arms and legs in all the different planes of movement while getting your heart rate increasing. Next, we go into what's called general mobility, loosening up our joints, getting the synovial fluid flowing. Starting with our necks, make sure you go in both directions. Now we'll work our way down to shoulder rolls. I'm doing anywhere between 5 and 10 in each direction, depending on how much time I have. Then we go into arm circles. You'll see I start off with mini, and then go into some medium range, and then full range of motion. About 5 to 7 of each going forward, then 5 to 7 of each going backward. Next, I go into arm hugs, moving my arms in the transverse plane. Anywhere from 8 to 10, depending on how much time you have. Then I go into trunk twists. You want to turn your head with your shoulders on these. You'll actually get to rotate a little farther. After 5 to 8 standing, then you do 5 to 8 bent. Then we go into trunk circles. Same thing, we'll do anywhere between 5 and 8, maybe even 10 in one direction, and then 5 to 10 in the opposite direction. After the trunk circles, we'll work our way down to our hips and knees and do 10 squats. Squatting down into basically our secondary position, reaching the arms out in front to maintain balance. We want to keep our feet flat and toes pointing straight ahead during those squats. Then to wrap up the general mobility, I'm going to go into heel toe raises and also roll my wrists. So we started with the neck, went to shoulders, hips, knees, ankles, and wrists. After the general mobility, now we start to do some jogs and follow it up with some stretches. The first one is a jog down. You can go anywhere from 40 to 90 feet if you want to. Now I'm doing a walking quad stretch. Notice I reach for the sky with the opposite side arm, loosening up the front of my thigh and my front of my thigh and my hip flexor. Now I'm going into a leg cradle. I'm going to pull up on my knee and my ankle, and that focuses on my gluteus medius up in my hip. Once I get back where I came from, a couple shuffles, jog it down. Now I'm going to do a hamstring stretch series, starting with toe grabs. I reach down, grab my right toe, stand up, take 3 small steps, and then grab my left. 1, 2, 3, grab my right. 1, 2, 3, grab my left. I want to get my toe up off of the turf or out of the grass and feel the stretch behind my knee. I'll finish up this series with a straight leg march. The key word being straight. Kick as high as you can while keeping your legs straight, and you're going to go across your body, kicking your right to your left and your left leg to your right. Then we jog it back down, and we're going to go into a lunge series. We'll start out with a lunge with a twist. You're only going to rotate in the direction of the leg that's out front. Lunge out, keep your back knee off the ground, your back heel pointed to the sky, and rotate in the direction of the leg that's out front. I step with my left, turn to the left. Now I'm going to go into an elbow to instep with rotation. So I lunge out, touch my elbow to my ankle. You can either open toward the leg that you've stepped with, or away from the leg that you've stepped with. I just showed you a repetition of both variations there. Touch the elbow and rotate. For the last time down and back, a couple shuffles, jog it down. And now I need to work my abductors and adductors, or the inside and outside of my thigh. So I'm going to do a lateral shuffle and a lateral lunge. Shuffle, shuffle, lunge forward, lunge backward, shuffle, shuffle, lunge forward, lunge backward, going deep enough into my lunge that I feel the stretch on the inside of my thigh and my groin. You'll go halfway facing one direction, halfway facing the other. That's going to finish up the active dynamic warm-up. Hope this helps.